Okay, it's been a historic season for Hunter Lawrence in the 250 class. We're going to find out how historic it actually is by bringing in our statistician, Clinton Fowler, for Fowler's Facts. So we know with winning all but 2 races this year and being on the podium in every round and actually having a shot to score the most points ever in this class, Hunter Lawrence's season is really, really good. So Clinton, dive into the data. Is it the best? Where do you think it stands?
Yeah, Hunter's had an amazing season, Weege. Not the best, but close.
Okay.
Got to talk about a few things first. The undefeated seasons. We got 2 of them. And there's a little bit of a differentiation here. Carmichael, 9 for 9 in 1988. So that one unequivocally 98. At the top of it.
Yep.
98. Yep. James Stewart, 2004, also went undefeated, but he missed 1 round. He missed the Indianapolis round. I actually asked him about it. He said he probably could have raced that night, but he didn't. And so undefeated, but he didn't line up for one of the rounds. Daniel, both of these guys undefeated. That's just ridiculous, right?
Yeah, and for the 04 season with Stewart, it was Josh Hansen who got that win in Indy. I remember that because I knew Josh as a kid, and I was like, wow, Hanny got his win. But yeah, I just look at those 2 seasons, and it makes you think, how do you win them all? Like, it's one thing to go on a run, but it's to never lose one, period. With all the variables we see, Weege, every single week, the things that happen in that class, to win them all is absolutely crazy. So Clinton, I know those guys weren't rookies, though. They had already been in there. I think Ricky was his 2nd year, maybe James's 2nd or 3rd year as well. How about some rookie performances? Tell me about some of the best rookie performances in 250 or 125 history.
Yeah, I mean, amazing that they're undefeated, but rookies to come in and win. I mean, guys, imagine if Deegan had lined up, okay, and won his first race as a premier class guy or podiumed as a premier class guy. The list of rookies here, Damon Bradshaw is the one I'll call out first. Bradshaw started his rookie year by racing in the premier class and got a podium, a 3rd place, and then went on to win the first 3 races in the 125 class. So Bradshaw for me sticks out, but there's 3 other guys. There's Kennard, there's Chad Reed, Ernesto Fonseca that all won their championships in the rookie year. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, Trey Kennard is an impressive one for me because it was so unexpected. I knew of him as an amateur. I said he was fast, he was coming up, had the potential to be pretty good. And then Jason, he wins that rookie season in dramatic fashion. I mean, come on. Nothing tops that one for me because, again, it was someone that wasn't expected to be that great that early and then went in there and won the thing.
Yeah, Ernesto Fonseca, that was a silent assassin. I don't think anyone saw that coming. He won the first 4 rounds he ever entered. It's impressive. And then he won another title 2 years later. So Ernesto was really good in this class and as a rookie. But I see Chad Reed on here. This is what stands out to me, the Chad Reed rookie season. He wasn't even impressed with himself doing that. I remember the first race he won. I was there in Indianapolis. I think it was 2002. And in his podium speech, he says, yeah, but it's not the premier class or the 250 class at that time, so it doesn't really matter. And then the crowd instantly was like, wait, is he already comparing himself to like Ricky Carmichael, who's the defending champ? He's not going to go after that guy. And a year later he was, and he was actually beating Carmichael at times. So that's what stands out to me. Chad Reed, so confident that winning as a rookie didn't even really matter to him. So I find that kind of very Chad Reed-like in a way. Okay, so Clinton, you're putting the undefeated seasons and the rookie championships ahead of Hunter. What other seasons stand out that maybe Hunter does measure up to?
Yeah, so those 6 seasons to me, guys, it's just tough to compare, right? Like those are just exceptions.
Yeah.
So he's going to be somewhere in this next group of people. There's like 7 or 8 guys here. Denny Stevenson in 1990, Wyndham in 96, Henry 93, Swink, McGrath, Tedesco, Ryan Villapoto. They all had seasons that were right around where Hunter sits, right? 7 and 9 wins, pretty impressive. The key thing I think's critical now for Hunter to really solidify him in this next group of people is winning an East-West shootout, or a showdown. And that's going to be critical because when you bring the coast together, you're going to get the top talent and the pressure gets raised. And guys, we've got one more. We've got one coming up here in 2 rounds, and there's an opportunity for him to solidify it there. So I think that's going to be the differentiator of whether or not he's 7 on this list and kind of compares to a Denny Stevenson who won 8 of 11 or a Wyndham who won 6 of 7, or if he stays more at the 11 or 12 rank there.
And Clinton, when I look at that list, I see a name that I remember living through those championships. That's Ivan Tedesco. And once he hit Pro Circuit Kawasaki, it's just something changed with him. He just became dominant. And I remember he was almost unbeatable, heat races, main events. And so to see him on that list, Jason, is not surprising to me because those 2 years, I mean, those were the Tedesco years. He just was borderline unbeatable.
Yeah, and related to that, what stands out to me is the Swink McGrath years. They actually both won titles, East and West, in 91, and equally dominant, as you could see here, in 92. But here's why I bring up both of them. They were considered equals. I bet you there was many people, including Jeremy McGrath himself, that would talk about the talent and potential Brian Swink had. He ended up not winning a single Premier Class Supercross ever, and McGrath went on to win the most ever. And that's the jumping off point here. We look at this class as what is it telling us, not just about the present, but the future. And I thought it was interesting that even Hunter himself brought that up. They mentioned his race win stats in the class in the press conference on Saturday, and he said, you know what? No one ever talks about the all-time 250 class wins. They talk about Premier Class. So even he knows this all doesn't matter too much to get in the main class. So that was great foresight by him. One other topic I know you want to bring up is the fact that Hunter is from Australia, and there's rich history there for international riders in this class.
Yeah, and Weege, I gotta take that that point on winning in the Premier Class, because there's really only one guy on this list that's won in both the 125, 250 class and in the Premier Class, and that's Chad Reed. So yeah, Chad Reed is one of these 12 international riders, Hunter now being on that list, that has won a small bike championship. So Jet, his brother Dylan Ferrandis, Marvin Muskin, Christoph Purcell, Ken Roxon, Ben Townley, Grant Langston, Reed Fonseca, Stefan Ricotta, Mikael Pichon. Those guys, the 12 athletes, have won 16 titles, incredible group of international talent that's come over and won Supercrosses. But really there's been now 3 Australians, Chad Reed, Jet Lawrence, and Hunter, that have won the small bike class. And so to Hunter's point, to your point, Weege, now we get to see, can they move up to the big boy class? Can they win that? But before then, both of them have an opportunity, Daniel, to win the SMX playoffs, the inaugural SMX playoffs this fall.
Yeah, and the way Hunter's riding right now, you would think he'd roll into the Pro Motocross Championship, be great there, and then roll into the SMX playoffs and be great there. And I'm just throwing this out there to make all you Lawrence haters really upset right now. But there's a decent chance that Jet could win that too. I'm telling you right now, he's going to be good this summer. He'll have 11 rounds to get warmed up. He won't feel like a rookie by the playoffs. Oh, could you imagine the internet meltdown if Hunter and Jet both win the SMX playoffs in year one? I'll be off the internet for a couple days. I will not want to read anything.
Look, folks, the Lawrence brothers, they're getting the praise the old-fashioned way. They're earning it by winning a lot of races and a lot of titles. So keep on watching. We're heading to Denver this weekend. It'll be 3:30 Eastern time, the start of Race Day Live on Peacock, and then 9 o'clock Saturday night Eastern will be the start of the night show racing, again, on Peacock.
Hi, folks. Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.